The Don cheated the Dons. One back to Fog football. The tears have been wiped away from his face. He should have saved them for today because Hearts got scudded by Rangers. But guess
Simply
what?
depressed today. No tears left to shed.
There was no controversy today, right?
Well, there was. I think it's controversial. Shite Hearts were.
Maybe. Did they lie down? Probably. But yesterday
I'm
was
beginning to buy into this whole Diet Huns title that we've been given.
yesterday. We've seen a lot of
Aye,
controversy.
Rangers are easy to play against, say Stephen A. Smith. So easy. Hearts haven't won in 13 attempts against them.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
It's embarrassing, man.
Why did he say that?
I don't know, but here, I've cried enough about this Celtic Aberdeen, so let's just focus on that.
Yep. And let's focus on it. So 1.7k votes on the first incident of the match, which was between Liam Scales and Bojan Mijoski. Now,
See, this is the one that's up for debate, so I don't really mind. 67% saying it is a penalty, 33% saying it's not. But I'm 50-50 on this.
see if you actually look at it, right, that image, which looks like it's been took as soon as it's his hand, he's clearly, his right foot's in, his trailing leg looks like it's literally on the line where the two lines meet, and his hand looks like it's pretty much hovering above the line for me. I think it's a penalty. Is it clear and obvious that it's inside the box? I would disagree with it slightly. I would say it looks like it's in, but I couldn't definitively tell you that it's in the box. But if I had to pick if it's in or out, I would pick in.
That's very kind of you.
Aye.
I think it's 50. I think he's marginally in the box, but his hand looks like it's outside the box. So, I mean, I don't know what the rules are. I would need to see the official rule book, I guess, to see if this should be a penalty or not. I think it's one that could have went against Celtic. It didn't. I'll let this one go. This one's not the one that's bothering me.
Right, so you're saving yourself up for the second one. Enemy weapon system says it got checked. It was outside the box. How can it be a penalty? Ramos, D66, says it was outside the box. Plus, the Aberdeen only turn up for the big games. They played like this all season to be challenging for a European place instead of being in the bottom six. Here, Aberdeen have beat Frankfurt. They've went toe-to-toe in Europe. They've played good in a lot of games this season. It's just when they play bad, they play bad. And it's not very consistent they play good either. So, they're shite. Kevin Stobart says probably wasn't inside the box. Probably wasn't. Ian McKenzie says fuming. Not quite yet, buddy. Chill pill.
It's weird because all these comments are saying no penalty, yet the votes are saying penalty.
How can it be a penalty if it's a handball outside the box? If it was outside the box, so how can you suggest a penalty? Because it's still right. Even if Celtic fans think it's outside the box, because it's still a debate, alright? David says, I thought it was out, but after John Suter midweek, it can't be. John Suter's midweek against Dundee. What did you make of that one?
Oh, I thought one was just outside the box.
I think that one was way more out than this one.
I agree.
I don't think it's comparable. I mean, I see why the people are comparing it. David Kelly says, why would it be
it's comparable because it's two handballs that were either on the edge of the box or marginally in or marginally out. That's why it's comparable.
Yeah, but you look
And
at
it happened in the same time frame. And neither one was a given against the big two. Surprise, surprise. Said nobody ever.
Nobody ever. Okay, right. Well, Aberdeen got plenty of penalties after extra time. We still couldn't beat Celtic, so jog on.
Aye, but Aberdeen got the same amount of penalties as fucking Celtic got. So what's that logic? That logic's pish.
Yeah, but he's talking about the penalties at the end of the game.
Aye, but that logic's piss. Aberdeen got the same amount of penalties as Celtic at the end of the game. It's not like Aberdeen were gifted 7 penalties and Celtic got none. Aberdeen got 7, Celtic got 7. The difference is, before we got to the penalty shoot, Aberdeen should have had 1 at least minimum.
Raging
Possibly
zombies
2.
today. You can't handle it. Sevco complaining about penalties. Fucking hell. Quadruple treble getting stuck in there.
Have you actually checked the penalty table? Because both Celtic and Rangers are on the same amount of penalties, so I don't get it. If you're going to bash Rangers or Sevco for having penalties, then you've got to look in the mirror, I guess, because your team's just as bad. It is. Look at it, though. The penalties awarded and penalties against. It's fucking embarrassing. Off VAR is a way to just manipulate games even more. See, if you didn't think games were being fucking screwed for the beginning years ago, I mean, now decisions have got worse. They can it's fixed, man. VAR has just made it easier to fix and manipulate the outcome of games and decisions and results. That's it.
No, I agree. I think you look at... I think the second decision, I think the fact that Don Robertson, right, he has realised with that second decision.
Well, we'll talk about that when we get there.
I know, but I'll forget this point. He's realised with that decision, well, if I give this as a free kick against Aberdeen, then they can't give the penalty because it won't overturn something that's clear and obvious. Because even though we think there's nothing in it, you can argue when Alistair Johnson and Hoylett go up, Hoylett's went into him. But I don't think it's a foul. I mean, there's two guys going for the ball and Alistair Johnson's flinging himself to the ground.
Alright, well, since you brought it up, I'll just say it right now. There's no fucking way it's a foul. And Don Robertson is a shite bag. He's either not brave enough to give a penalty against Celtic, or he simply did not want to give a penalty against Celtic. If it was a free kick, if Don Robertson thought that was a free kick against Aberdeen, if he thought Aberdeen committed a foul when the two players went for the ball, he would have just blew the whistle straight away and awarded the free kick. He's not played on to give any sort of advantage to Celtic because there is no advantage for Celtic to get. It's the ball into the Celtic box. It's a dangerous area for Celtic. It's a goal-scoring opportunity for Aberdeen. There is no reason why, if he thought that was a foul, he would let the play continue. The only reason he gave the foul is because he's seen Carter Vickers strike down Junior Hoylett, and therefore he's gave the free kick because he knows if he doesn't give the free kick, he has to give a penalty. And for whatever reason, he did not want to give a penalty. That's the fucking truth. If he thought it was a free kick, the free kick would have been gave initially. There's no reason why he would have waited. He would have put a delay on it until he's seen Junior Hoylett get kicked down in the box. There is no other explanation.
Yeah,
he didn't want to give a penalty, so he took the easy way out and gave a free kick.
There's no shortcut home.
If it was a free kick, he would have given the free kick straight away. It's not. You can't even make the case like it was the Aberdeen player that was fouled by Johnston, and he thought that playing advantage was somehow better than giving a penalty. You can't argue that, right? He's not played advantage or nothing because there is no advantage for Celtic to gain here. He simply didn't think it was a free kick. He then seen a foul by Carter Vickers 100% on Junior Hoylett. I don't want to hear pish about not in control of the ball. So if someone's not in control of the ball, you can just walk up and shoot them in the head or something because they're not in control of the ball in the box and you don't concede a penalty.
But look, no, but listen.
Right?
What about Alistair Johnson against Hibs? How was he in control of the ball?
No, he wasn't.
With a head clash.
Accidental
He
head clash.
already played the ball.
He wasn't in control of the ball was away. Yeah, somehow that was a penalty. I don't want to hear bullshit rules, right? The fact is, it wasn't a free kick, or else Don Robertson would have gave a free kick straight away.
Not exactly right, but I genuinely think the referees, he maybe thinks, here, if I give that as a free kick, VAR can't overturn it to give a penalty. I think, because how can it? By the letter of the law...
VAR should have overturned it, I think.
Well, no, it should have, but it didn't. But if they send Don Robertson over to the monitor, right, he is just... I think he would have stood by his decision. But they didn't even bother sending him over. Which I think's mental, by the way.
Why did Don Robertson... Why did he wait until Junior Hoylett was brought down in the box?
There was no advantage to be played.
Why did he wait? I want to know, why did he give a free kick after Carter Vickers kicked Junior Hoylett?
I don't know, but we'll get to that poll in a wee minute. We have to stick with the Liam Scales one.
I know.
I know.
He's a fucking cheating bastard.
The Blue Baron says it's absolutely insane the amount of ridiculous decisions Celtic have had their way this season, yet their fans think there's a conspiracy against them. I agree. John.
Yeah, but you know what? He's probably a Rangers fan.
He is. Just Rangers badge in there.
Just look at the penalty tables for and against for Rangers, alright? And then let's not pretend that somehow Celtic are the only team that get everything and Rangers get nothing. Like I said, see if they truly wanted to screw one side of the Old Firm, you'd have Celtic with like 30 penalties and Rangers with none.
Yeah.
See if one side of Glasgow was truly being screwed, there would be no title fight. It just wouldn't be happening. But you look at the penalty statistics. You've got Rangers. I think they're on the same amount of penalties for both receiving and conceding. I believe they've conceded one each, and I think they've been given 17 each.
No, Rangers have conceded more than one. I think Rangers conceded about 3 now.
Well, it must be in recent weeks.
Sure, they conceded one against Kelly and they conceded one against Celtic. I'm pretty sure there's another one in there as well they conceded. So
that's alright, I wasn't counting the Old Firm game, so it's probably on 2 each then.
Right, fair enough. But yeah, Laugh at Celtic says, should have been 2 penalties, let's face it. John Mayberry...
Well, hold on, those 2 penalties cancel each other out. They get, he gave a penalty for Rangers and he gave a penalty for Celtic. It's not... What's that day?
They didn't give a penalty for Rangers. Rangers didn't get a penalty against Celtic.
Well, they should have.
With the Alistair Johnson one?
They did get one.
When?
You talking about that? Yeah, Alistair Johnston.
When was this?
What do you mean? When was it? He fucking fouled him, and they gave the penalty, and Tavernier
Oh,
scored.
Fabio Silva? Oh, I fucking forgot about
What
that.
are you talking about?
I don't know. I thought you were talking about the one that didn't give it Parkhead.
No, I'm on about that last game. So I mean, they cancelled each other out.
Anyway, talking about the title race, John
I
Maybury's...
guarantee you that makes it easier for the officials to give a penalty. By the way, the fact that they've already gave one to the other team.
Probably.
I 100% believe that
Right.
makes that decision easier.
John Maybury says, in saying that Celtic are very poor, the league is far from over. Celtic are poor, but Rangers are just a wee bit more poor. I think that's what we're looking at here. Let's see. Who cares? Double incoming. Celtic, their players are the dirtiest in the league, yet yellow cards are very few and think that everyone's out to get them. Behave. And Angel says, Aberdeen were robbed. Hands on heads is what happened to Carter Vickers when he tackled Junior Hoylett, and our hands were on our heads when Don didn't give it.
See, I think there's an issue here. The fact that this one is pretty much not identical, but close enough to identical to the last poll. The last poll is way more 50-50. That this should be 100%. There's no Celtic fan in their right mind would be saying that's a free kick if it's up the other side. See if Celtic are trailing 3-2 and they need to find a goal, and that's like O'Reilly and McKenzie contesting a ball in there. No Celtic fans going, oh, hold on here, that's actually not a penalty because O'Reilly's felled McKenzie in the belt. No one's saying that. It's actually ridiculous, man. Need to come up with better excuses.
Alistair Johnston's just flung himself to the ground, hoping for a foul.
I don't know one pundit that's came out. Well, there's not a single one. The only one that's saying it is not Robson, guy that does Super Scoreboard.
No.
Celtic guy that does with Gordon DL.
Mark Wilson.
Mark Wilson. He's the only pundit I've heard say it was a foul. Even Neil Lennon said it was never a foul. He said it should have been a penalty.
I think Neil Lennon's a good pundit, though.
No, Neil Lennon's fair.
I wouldn't tarnish Neil Lennon with the bias. Well, I mean, he is a bit biased. They're all a bit biased, but I mean, he's a good pundit. I think but no, the thing is, right? See if Hoylett scored for this, right, or they just didn't give a foul. Celtic pundits and Celtic fans would say it's pathetic for Johnson. He's weak in the challenge. He goes down far too easily. But see the fact that Don Robertson... And it's the fact that Don Robertson gives it and points to the spot like a fucking dickhead, by the way. Who does that? He knew what he was doing here. The Don.
Yeah, but 7 Aberdeen players sort of celebrated for like 2 seconds, think they've got a penalty.
Right, into the comments. Not surprised. They get absolutely everything, says we are the people. David 31013 says, I thought it was, but I mind Keel got fouled similar against Livingston. Chris Boyd said no penalty. So it can't be a pen, can it? Right, see the Kyogo Livingston one? We broke it down. You actually thought it was a penalty, but the more I showed you, Kyogo clearly initiates the contact. Here, Junior Hoylett just gets kicked.
Well, I still think that one was a penalty, but this one was a penalty. This one was.
Hold on, I showed you the footage off camera, man. You lapped it up. You're like, you're right about that.
Did I?
Aye, you did. So I mean.
Well, that footage must be on the
page. Were the tears covering the eyes that day or something?
I think that could have been a pit. No, but I don't know. That's like a 50-50. This is a Stonewaller.
Gary says penalty 100%. That didn't even watch the game. So
Gary knows what he's talking about.
He didn't watch the game though.
Yeah, well, he didn't need to.
Right.
That's how much of a Stonewaller it was. Gary knew it was a penalty, didn't even see it.
Don't start, everyone. No penalty against Celtic, the SFA way. Michael Taylor says Stonewall penalty, incredible decision not to award Aberdeen that spot kick. Never a foul on Johnson. He dived. You can clearly see that. Yeah, Johnson is a joke. Celtic, Dougie says they haven't shown the foul on Johnson in the broadcast at all for some reason. Hold on, mate. They haven't shown it in the broadcast. All the broadcast did was show the foul.
Yeah, it's not like they don't want to show it because it was just not a lot. There was not a lot to show.
Yeah. No, actually, but he's a Celtic fan. CFC, it has to be. They weren't actually shown. They didn't show the Johnston, the apparent Johnston foul until after they'd already not gave it. Leslie Ferguson says not just 1 but 2 against him. Handball 2. Yeah, well, I mean that's a long time ago. That one. Conspiracy theories. Doesn't matter. Game's over and the hoop's on for a double trophy once again. Mon the hoops. Hail, hail.
What do
Never.
you mean it doesn't matter? What do you mean it doesn't matter though? If Celtic are beating Aberdeen because of an unfair decision, it does matter. How does it not matter?
No, but it's pathetic.
So see when Celtic thought they were robbed against Hearts, which they weren't, they fucking cried about it for weeks.
They did not, but see the way Rangers have dropped points the last couple of games. There's been no mention of referees. There's been no mention of penalties because that is the Celtic narrative. That is the Celtic way.
Well, see, to be honest though, see the Rangers games against Dundee and Ross County. There wasn't many controversial decisions in those games. Rangers were just shite.
No, there wasn't. But come on, man. It completely died down.
The only controversial thing was maybe the penalty they got against Ross County, but because it didn't mean anything, didn't matter in the end. So therefore, wasn't important.
Yeah, they're not pushing that narrative. Michael Kelly says, "What are you even asking the question for? It's stupid. Stop your crying. It was never a penalty. You deal with that one. Never a penalty. Stop your crying. You were green." So.
It's funny. Every other pundit thought it was a penalty. Neil Lennon, former Celtic player and manager.
James McFadden thought it wasn't a penalty.
Oh, James McFadden's a fucking knob, isn't he? Like, his opinion means dick to me. James fucking McFadden. One good goal against France, and you think he's entitled to give shite opinions for the next 20 years? Go fuck yourself, McFadden.
Damn. McFadden getting stuck in here, right? All the Rangers fans' tears make the victory all the sweeter. You a Rangers fan?
No, I just don't like when teams unfairly get decisions. I don't like to see all teams get robbed.
And that's it. He was on his way down.
Aberdeen have been robbed though. Seeing you look at all their Hampden appearances. Someone actually put on Twitter like the amount of decisions that Aberdeen have not had go for them in their last like 4 appearances at Hampden against the Old Firm. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I think this one's clear and obvious. I think with the last one against Rangers, the problem was...
Come on, man. He takes Duke out. I think it was.
Yeah, but no. Apart from Michael Stewart, no one actually knew what happened. And even when you see it, there's like... It's pretty inconclusive, but I would say it is a penalty.
As soon as I seen it, I thought, nah, that's a penalty. The only problem is I just didn't see it during the game. They didn't show it during the game.
Michael Stewart's tears fucking...
They didn't show it there was no replay during the game. During the game, all you heard was Michael Stewart crying, and you thought, well, I didn't even see anything. But then there's footage after the game where he clearly brings... I think it's Duke, where he controls the ball, and he's spinning, he's going to turn around and put it in the net, and Butland comes out and just fucking calves him, man. That was a penalty, 100%.
George Robertson says, support Celtic, thought it was a Stonewaller until I saw the foul on Ali Johnston. Ali Johnston.
If that's a foul, then football's dead.
Yeah, I don't get this gimmick though, right? Of, I have to defend the club to the death. If if the same thing happened to Rangers, I'd be like, got away with one there. That's never a foul. Here, I said the same for the Fabio Silva thing in the Old Firm. I said it wasn't a penalty because I just don't like shits like that being given. It's so fucking soft. It's incredibly soft.
Yeah, but it's mental the amount of fans that said that was a Stonewaller. I don't think it was a Stonewaller.
This is but that's the problem though, right? I see the amount of people saying that the Fabio Silva one's a Stonewaller, then you can see why people think this ain't a penalty for the minimal contact on Alistair Johnson, even though it's two guys just going for the ball.
I will. It's 100% Stonewaller. I don't care what anyone says.
No, it's pathetic though. It's like, say Johnston was attacking the ball and Hoylett did the exact same thing in the other box. What, they giving a penalty for that? Maybe they would. Probably would actually. John says, no fucking way. Those cheating Aberdeen players were going down and staying down, pretending they were injured all game. The officials performed very well. First time I've ever heard a Celtic fan praise the officials. James Nicholl says, ask the world champions of getting penalties and fuck all given against them. Here, was that Celtic? Who knows? But what we're saying is that Celtic were split about the first one with Scales, the handball. I think it's tough. It's a tough call, that one, but this one I think's always a penalty.
Scales one I think's 50-50. This one for me is...
I think the Scales one's 50-50, right? But I think with the use of VAR, they should be getting that right. I mean, you've a million angles to look at, man.
Well, it's Scottish football. You don't really have a million angles. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, but...
I think when it's the Premier League, they give you all these overhead
shots. Aberdeen get no penalties, right? Say it was Celtic. With these two penalty instances, would they have received both of them?
I'd say so, aye.
Fair enough. Anyway...
I mean, the penalty table suggests that Rangers and Celtic will get penalties and that they will very rarely concede them. So,
numbers don't lie, folks. Anyway, till next time, leave your thoughts down below, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.